Non-probability sampling versus probability sampling. Which of these sampling techniques should I choose for my study? If you are at a crossroad with these two techniques and don't know which one to employ in your study, then this video is for you. Before we can employ, I will define both terms, examine their advantages and disadvantages, and finally decide which one is best for our study. So let's start with the probability sampling. Probability sampling is a sampling technique where you give the population an equal chance of being selected for a study. So examples include simple random, systematic, stratified, and cluster sampling. What are the advantages of probability sampling? 1. Each member of the population has an equal chance of being selected, leading to a sample that better represents the entire population. 2. Results from probability sampling can be generalized to the population with a higher confidence level. 3. The random selection process reduces the risk of bias. And 4. Allows for the use of inferential statistics to make broader population estimates and test hypotheses. What are the disadvantages of probability sampling? 1. It can be expensive and time consuming. 2. Requires a complete list of the population and can be complex to administer. When can one use the probability sampling? When you have sufficient resources like time, money, and personnel. 2. When generalizing results to the entire population is important. And 3. When the population list is available and accessible. Let's talk about non-probability sampling. So non-probability sampling is a sampling technique where the samples are selected based on subjective judgment rather than a random selection. In this method, not all population members are included in the sample. Examples include convenience, purposive, snowball, and quota sampling. What are the advantages of non-probability sampling? 1. Requires less time and resources compared to probability sampling. 2. Useful when probability sampling is impractical or impossible. And 3. Effective for studying specific, hard to reach or specialized populations. What are the disadvantages of non-probability sampling? 1. There is a greater risk of bias as not all population members are equally likely to be selected. 2. Results cannot be confidently generalized to the broader population. And 3. Traditional statistical inferences and error estimates may not be applicable. When can one use a non-probability sampling? 1. When resources are limited. 2. When the research is exploratory. And 3. When studying specific niche or hard-to-reach populations. Having compared the two, here is my recommendation. Use probability sampling if your goal is to generate your findings to a larger population with high confidence and you have the resources to do so. And use non-probability sampling if your research is exploratory, focus on a specific subgroups or constrained by limited resources. So I hope you found this video useful. Follow us for more content like this and share with someone who might need this. Until next time, bye-bye.